Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful day here on the homestead. For a change, it's nice weather outside, but I'm coming back down here in the basement to update you on things that have been happening for the last 2 weeks when we had very cold, unbearable weather outside. This right here did not exist 2 weeks ago. I made a video the other day talking about this wall right here having frost on it and how proper insulation will do you good. And this is a new house, new construction, new build 100%. So we don't know how the ground works around here. And basically we've learned that we did accumulate frost above the line outside, the ground line. And right here, this wall is 8'6" tall. And where that orange line is, there are 6 inches of concrete exposed on the other side. And so it was 55 degrees inside and -6 in that video outside. And that was accumulating frost in here. And I wanted to make sure that that wasn't going to, frost up and then thaw out and come down here and start causing condensation and water dripping on the floor. So the best way to mitigate that is to cut the air off, cut the cold off, get this moisture barrier up and start construction to make it warmer. And so, like I said, I've started doing so. I've got this 1-inch foam board glued to the concrete. It is R5 value, 2x4 walls, which means I can get R13 insulation in there. So I've done one run here. Paperback insulation right here. I don't need to do that R13 insulation, the bad insulation, but having that with the R5 backer will give me an R19 insulation value, which is going to be nice because it'll help with sound, cooling, and heating. Now I'm going to be geothermally controlled basically down here, anywhere from 55 to 65 degrees year round, cooler in the winter and warmer in the summer, of course. And I don't have to worry about heating or cooling this, but I do have ductwork in here just in case, just for supplemental heat for sure. Not so much for the AC down here. I can cut that off and not to worry about heating and cooling the basement. So things have really moved along quite a bit. One thing is construction lumber or construction materials in general right now are just outrageous. Since CV19 came in, I can't say it because otherwise I'll get dinged. People are out of work, they have extra money, extra time. It's kind of weird. You're out of work and you have extra money. It seems like people are just building new, rebuilding, remodeling, that kind of stuff. And so that on top of other possible issues as to why there are shortages with lumber and other building materials, prices have increased drastically. Downside to all of this is the material I didn't have cost me more than the material I already had on hand. This wall alone, while my walls are 8'6", I had to box this all out, right? This wall right here, I used stud length studs, so 92 and 5/8. 12 boards locally cost me $100. I think it was $110 total. Whereas, a year ago, if not, before then, that would have cost me $25 max. The price of building materials is outrageous. And so everything that you see here, minus the insulation, the bad insulation, the foam board, and these studs on this east wall, I already had on hand from the build of my house. Thankful for that. So I can't really break it down how much it's cost me so far, but I can tell you just with the price of 7/16 plywood and a 5/8 plywood, this room would be anywhere to $1,200 to $1,500 just to build a single room. Whereas a year ago, it would have cost $400, maybe. It's hard to tell, but prices are well over double the cost they were 12 months ago. And so I'm thankful for what I already had. I already had these 104 and 5/8 2x, and then I had the 7/16 plywood, which used to be $12, $15 a sheet. Locally, $37. Home Depot, $43 for a 7/16 OSB board. And so I've got 2 more sheets I got to split up for the door, and I'm excited to get that in and finished because then I can get drywall. As you can see here, I got 7/16 drywall or plywood on the back side to reinforce these walls, and then 1/2 inch drywall. I could have gone 5/8, but I don't need that. And then 1/2 inch drywall throughout. Of course, all my floor joists for the ceiling here, all the openings are all insulated. I have R19 because they are 8-inch floor joist. I have R19 bad insulation in there all the way up to this section where I ran out, and that is outrageous now. That is like $50 a roll or a bundle, and I didn't need that many feet of it, so I just went ahead and tossed up. You can kind of see it there. Tossed up this R13 2x4 insulation just to get the little bit of R value and some sound dampening from above. So that's nice to have. It's one of those things that I'm not a professional. I have done construction before, and it's not for me, but like I said, I'm not a professional. Look at that sloppy joint right there. It's not finished, but it will be. But it's one of those things that so many people, and especially in this circumstance, don't take the time to learn a new trade to possibly turn around and make their own money. And I've actually, I've done a lot of things in my time that, prior to doing them, I didn't have an idea, and I just picked it up and started doing it. So something as drywall or just simple stick framing or insulating or whatever it be, you can do it too. And it takes a little bit of time. Obviously the money, if you have the money, you have the time. Really you do, unless you're completely just debilitated. But if you have the money to spend to do stuff, make the time, and you can learn some new skills. So I've got this over here, this little ledge, this little cutout is all boxed out. There's going to be a workbench right there. Sorry about that. There's going to be a 20-inch by 8-foot workbench right there. I've got 2 outlets up here, an outlet down below, and of course a light switch for my, these are canless lights. So I don't have one out here, but yeah, there's the lights. You just cut a hole, put your wiring in. You don't need a can, which is nice because I've got duct work, which would be in the way, and they're very thin. Actually, I got one over here. Plug and play, guys. Technology is getting crazy. Look at that. Super thin. You just plug it in. No can required. Same thing with these lights here. These are 12-inch round disc lights. And the cool thing is, you see how that's blue right now, like daylight? All of these lights, you can switch from 27K, 27, 3000, 3500, 4500, or 5000K. So from yellow like that to bright blue like that, right, bright white, or you put on a switch and just flip your switch to whatever lighting you want. That's really nice to have that because it can change the mood of the room, especially for a studio. It can change what the looks of the camera are. So that's nice to know that. But I'll have 6 can lights, 6-inch can lights here, and then 4-inch right there. And this will be a separate circuit or separate switch than these because my desk and stuff will go right here. And then workbench and whatever else goes over here. It's going to be a nice little place, and I'm excited to see it come this far. So until the next one, where I probably will have it all drywalled out, all insulated, all electrical. Well, the electrical won't be running, but it'll all be wired up and ready to go. Keep calm and carry on. Stay safe, and I'll see you there.